Good evening and welcome to our LifeWave Success Live Younger team call. It's June 2nd, 2026. And so I'm so grateful for each and every one that showed up tonight. I'm grateful that we can be here tonight as we have a thunder rolling in, but hey, we're going to make it the best as we can and know how. And I'm so grateful for our team leaders to show up here as well. So thanks, Pete, for showing up. And as Pete and Hannah and Roger and I are getting ready for our road trip to southern Saskatchewan and Alberta, I'm so grateful for us to be able to, even though we had family stuff happening, but God is good. And we had this planned so long in advance. So I'm so grateful that we can be here, and I'm going to give the floor to Pete as to what's going on for our road trip in southern Alberta and Saskatchewan.
Thank you so much, Carola. Appreciate you and Roger as always. Fortunately, Roger wasn't able to be there in person today as we met Carola here in Winnipeg, but Hannah and I had an absolutely wonderful sit-down lunch meeting with Carola and Roger virtually, but it's nice to be back in the province of Manitoba. So summers are beautiful here. It's a beautiful day today. It's heavy thunderstorms moving in here. I just spoke to family down south in Winkler area. Those are probably already experiencing the rain and the heavy thunderous showers that are coming our way. So we're blessed. But yeah, all is good. We're really excited to be back. And as Carola just mentioned, we're excited about coming up this road tour. This Sunday we're leaving, and our Saturday we're leaving. Sunday is our first pit stop in Regina at Body Fuel Organics with our very own Lana. So that's going to be really, really special. And in Moose Jaw, I'm just going to give you the dates here, sort of. So if anybody has people in any of these areas, Regina is Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Body Fuel Organics in Regina. So if you know anybody in Regina, and I'd love to have later on have Lana come on. She's available, share a little bit about exactly what time. I believe it's 1:32ish, but we'll have Lana share those details. Moose Jaw is going to be Sunday night after the Regina show. So if anybody knows anybody in Moose Jaw, we'll be there. And then Swift Current, Saskatchewan will be Monday. So Sunday night, Monday, we'll be in that vicinity. So if anybody has connections down in Swift Current or surrounding areas, and then we'll go to Medicine Hat, Alberta, which is on the very east side of Trans-Canada in Alberta. We'll be in Medicine Hat area, and then we move on to Taber, Coots, and Lethbridge area, and we're going to be in that area for a couple of days for sure before we head to Calgary. I head to Calgary. I have 3 daughters in Calgary, so always a treat to go visit them, 2 grandkids, and so we'll be spending some time there, and we'll be sharing about the patches and, of course, the water technology X2O. We're super, super excited about that. We are picking up our water machine in Alberta, so we're going to be real excited to have that in our possession when we return back home. And during the patching parties in Regina, we'll be experimenting and sampling the water. Everyone who attends will get a cup to try it. And also in Chen, which is southern Alberta near Taber and Lethbridge area. So if you know anybody, now is prime time. We'll have meetings there next week, Tuesday and Wednesday in the Taber, Lethbridge, Alberta area. So if anybody has contacts, please feel free to get in touch with Hannah, myself, Roger, Carola. I'm going to give my personal cell. Those that don't do WhatsApp, you can write this number down. Maybe Carola, you can type it in the chat. 1-204-228-1640. And 11th and 12th, we're going to be in Calgary. So if anybody has people in any of those areas of our road trip, we'd love to meet with them, have coffee with them, go to their home, or whatever. So just wanted to throw that out there so that everybody that is in the know, that has connections, it's a great way to build LifeWave. So anyways, yeah, we're super excited. Summer is really a fun time for us here in Canada because my roots, my connections are all out here. So it's really nice to build in your own pond, so to speak. So, and we'll have regular meetings once a month or twice a month in Winnipeg for those in the Winnipeg area. And we're just super excited moving forward. And I'm excited because you took the time out of your busy schedule to be here, whether you're coming in live or whether you're coming in via the replay. It's just real nice to have you with us to connect. And I'm so thankful for the patches because the health that I still have is very much thanks to this. I mean, this is, I've shared the story many times. This is a concrete block 10 years ago, 2013. Lots going on 13 years now. This is a concrete block after the stroke. Just didn't move. No dexterity. A lot of people know the story. And it's improved a lot. I mean, even the hand, when you look at it, I used to have big bumps here and bones that were just shifted and out of place and hands so crooked, so crippled up. But you know what? These patches, this is Eon. I have X49 here. I've got X39 in the back. I've got SP6 on the left, just above the ankle bone. I mean, any given time, when you see me, I'll be sharing with you about patches, and I'll be talking about anywhere from 4 to 6 patches that I use on a daily basis. And they're always there, guys. They're always there. And I rotate. Some I use just for night and some just for day. And now drinking the water. I had my very first experience, Hannah and I, going to Jacob Wolf, who has the water machine in Winkler, and drinking the water for 3 consecutive days now. And I got to share this with you real quickly. X2O, the documentary's coming out, Dakota Creations. Pay very close attention, guys, because it's going to be on Netflix, it's going to be on Apple Plus Prime. And Mickey Willis's last documentary, Plandemic, got 3 billion views. Billion with a B. Now, that's very hard to do. But Mickey Willis is an extraordinary person, and he picked an extraordinary person to do the documentary about, David Schmidt, our CEO and founder of LifeWave. So this documentary is going to create waves. And I will promise you, ladies and gentlemen, people will hunt you down after this documentary. If you're present in social media, or you're talking belly to belly, or you're out just with your people, your friends, communicating LifeWave, the patches, X2O, Celergize, even though they're not in Canada yet, and I say yet because David Schmidt has told us it has been approved by Health Canada. It is coming to Canada. It's just a matter of when. They're thinking maybe fall. I don't know. I'm not giving you an exact date because we can't. We don't have an exact date, but it is coming. Celergize, I can't speak to that, but we have the privilege here of picking it up from the U.S. and bringing it over. Just like anything else that we purchase from the U.S., we can bring it back with us, and there's no problem if you have your 48 hours in the U.S. You don't even have to pay duty, but if you don't have the 48 hours, well, you got to pay some duty, but well worth having that product in your possession, mixing the Celergize with your X2O water. But my experience with water was very, very unique. I heard so many stories from different leaders, Michael Jaco, Tracy, other people that I was communicating with on past trips and conventions, and I spoke to them, even Kai. I spoke to him like, what did you feel? Some people don't feel much. Some people feel a lot. I felt every single water I've drank. My explanation, the best way to describe it, without getting pitchy or anything, is it's just the nicest water I've ever tasted. I'm not a huge fan of water because I think it's full of microplastics, and if you're drinking any kind of water from a Brita filter or whatever, like we have, I mean, it tastes bleachy. It's chlorinated. Water has lots of chlorine in it. And this water didn't have a hint or a trace, and it was made with Winkler water. Not a hint of chlorine, not a hint of any just funny taste, but it went down so absolutely smooth, and it went straight down, and you feel it kind of just going down, and then it only took seconds, and it was like a vortex. It shot up straight to my brain, above my eyebrows. I felt a sensation above here every single time. I think it's been 3 or 4 times now that we've had the water. And thank you, Jacob Wolf, for sharing with us. And a lot of people line up to go get the water from Jacob's place. It's incredible. Last time I was there, there's another car right behind me getting their water. And Jacob and his wife, Lily, are just so gracious and sharing with everybody. But the feeling in my head, it was like clear, like serenity, like hard to describe it, hard to put words to it. And I had energy, and I felt really good. So I can say nothing but amazing things for the first experience I had with X2O light infused water. You can look it up on YouTube. If you type in LifeWave X2O, you will find lots of information about it. David Schmidt's got a special webinar tomorrow afternoon where we're going to be talking about the the combination of Celergize, X2O, and the patches. So it's going to be very interesting to see how David Schmidt presents this tomorrow on the executive and presidential webinar. I'm not sure if it's that one or if is it the Connect one that's available to everyone. I think it's the Connect one that's available to everyone tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So anyways, rather than going on here, I'm just excited to be here, and I want to turn this over to my wonderful sponsor, the guy that told me about this years before I even joined. He kept talking about these patches, and I ignored him. And Kai Jacobson, he was in Hawaii back then. He's in Puerto Rico now. He's on tonight. We're going to hear from my wonderful sponsor and our very own Judy Friesen right after. So we'll start with Kai Jacobson. Kai, welcome to the floor. Take it away, my friend.
Well, thank you, Pete, and what an honor to be here. And I'm going to keep it short tonight. I am really having a lot of fun with the water, and so I can't wait for that to hit Canada. I do know that it's definitely happening, and by the time that it hits, the manufacturing is going to be fully up, full steam. So, and the video will probably be just coming out too, maybe a little bit before that. But I think you're going to come into the full momentum of the water, and it's just such a great way to make an income because it's got $1,000 commission on it. And if you have any ability of traveling in the summer, if you're going to the United States, or people in the United States, and you can support people building there, it's well worth your time. But the summer is just a great time to travel and mix with people. And I just look forward to the summer because I kind of get out and I meet a lot of people. I get to meet people. And my suggestion is to really consider, picking a couple things, maybe part of your vacation or doing a business vacation that you can do together, with being a vacation and some business. That's what I like to do. Some of these cruises around marketing cruises, there's some really wonderful people on some of those where you're part of a group. But even if you just go to hot springs or just to fellowships or places where there's a lot of people, especially kindred spirits, it is so easy to share. I mean, and I'm going to just share one of my favorite lines. I think Pete and I have a real connection this way because when we get together, like when I've been down in Mexico, we have 3 or 4 new conversations every day. We go out and just get ice cream and we're sitting next to a person and we just say, how's it going? Now, where are you from? When we were there, because there's a lot of visitors there. And pretty soon we're talking. And pretty soon we're sharing a little bit about what we're doing because we just ask a lot of questions and then they ask questions back. And I remember in the ice cream parlor, we signed up somebody, I think that a couple of years ago when I was down in Mexico visiting. And wherever you are, you just start with a question. I just love asking very simply, wow, it's just a really beautiful day out here. And where are you from? It's that simple. That's the pitch. Or, it just starts that simply where you're really just creating a conversation with somebody wherever you are. And you want to have a website that you can give them, or this new app that Gregory's making, like our In Touch app, we'll have that very soon. But the LiveYounger website that you can have with your own custom name, just make a URL that's maybe even on a little card that has a QR code that you connect to it, or you change the name so you have control of it. And, if you ever have to do something else and you printed out some things, a little card to hand out or your business card, I have patchkai.com and it forwards to there. So I have control of it. If I ever decide to use a different promotional material, I still have patchkai.com. I just point it towards wherever I want. Right now I point it towards liveyounger.com/win, which is my site. And basically just start a very simple conversation with people, ask them where they're from. I love actually, you can be even a little bit more like a hunter as opposed to a fisher. Like I have the two images of being one is fishing, where you're just kind of waiting for what bites, and maybe someone might come up to you and you finally get a conversation. Or you can be a little bit more of a hunter, where you're kind of like out hunting a little bit, searching. And what I search for is the most dynamic, happening people, the people that are dressed the best, that have vibrant energy, not the person who's like reading a little book in the corner in the mall and kind of shy and scared to be around people. and you feel safe, like I'll go up to that person, probably not going to go anywhere. But if somebody's really fully vital and standing up really straight and walking with energy and looking around and being present and seems to have a vibration of like they're a happening person, I go up to them and I say, wow, I just have to tell you, I noticed you in the crowd. People love to talk about themselves, and I just noticed you. And you're so vibrant. What do you do that gets you so vibrant? What's your life about? And they want to talk about themselves. And then the next question after I listen, I repeat back so they feel heard. And then I say, have you heard about the amazing breakthrough in patch technology for stem cell patches that activate your stem cells? I'm sorry, I've been doing the water, so I'm getting a little out of practice, but have you heard about the brand new breakthrough in stem cell activation patches? They're amazing. They activate your patch. They turn back your biological clock, and everything just even works and enhances everything even better. Could I send you a short little video on it? And maybe you check it out because I think you might really like that. And that's a very good conversation. I never had anyone ever get mad at me or upset. And you can have that 3 or 4 times pretty easily in a period of an hour if you're kind of choosing to do that. And you just go around where there's happening people. And that's a really good thing. And you're picking the high grades out, not just the kind of random ones that might come up and talk to you after 2 hours of sitting somewhere, or going after the duds that are sitting in a corner, kind of hiding from the world. You want somebody who's more active. And if you do that 2 or 3 times a day on average, you're going to have a huge business in a year. Then it's all about the follow-up, about calling and asking what did they like best about the video, one of the videos on that website, or whatever piece of information you give them. The most important thing, though, is to get their information. That's what I loved about the app, is that you could touch phones. And I do that actually now still on the Apple phone. I have an Apple phone, and you can touch phones, and it transfers my information to theirs. And I can say, hey, let's just touch phones, and I'll give you my information and the links right under notes on my information, and you can just click on that and watch it. And then I get their information when we touch phones. Then I can follow up with a call. So that's my little tip to share today. And have fun with that, because if you really share your passion and your joy about it, and you're an example. I was looking at Judy today, and she looks like she's 10 years younger. I think she could walk around, and a lot of people are going to go, wow, I can't believe that you've got so much youth. And she's a great example of the product, and I think we all are. And so, live that, be that, embrace that, and share that with everybody.
Well, thank you so much, Kai. Always appreciate you and just taking the time out to come on the first Tuesday of the month call on our Success Team LiveYounger call here. It means a lot to me and to our entire community. I got a lot of feedback about you talk, and even you as a guest yesterday on Robin and Gregory's Monday night LiveYounger call talking about water. If you guys didn't catch them, watch the replay. The replay will be available, I'm sure, very soon. And Kai always does a real spectacular job. Loves his presentation style and the way he just genuinely connects with people. So appreciate you a ton, brother. So have a wonderful night if you got to go. I know you're in Puerto Rico. You're an hour ahead of us yet, so don't feel obligated to stay, Kai, but I really
I'll stay for a little bit. If there's anybody has a question for me, I'd love to answer it if that's something you want. And we could do that after Judy too. But
yeah, we're going to do that. Q&A right after. So Kai will be in the house. Awesome. And thanks again, Kai, for that. And very next, we have our wonderful, wonderful friend. And I say friend, I truly mean that, Judy Friesen. She's been amazing. She's been with LifeWave now. Oh, she's going on 6 years. I think she came in about 4 or 5 months after I joined back in March of 2020, right when the pandemic was starting. And Judy came along shortly after, and it's just absolutely been a blessing, a treat working with Judy. And she's just such a vibrant individual. She probably looks 30 years younger than she is. And kudos to Judy. And the patch is now drinking the water, taking the Celergize. And our Honolulu girl, she just got back from Hawaii as well. And we're just so proud of you, Judy. So I want to encourage each and every one of you to welcome our wonderful friend, health coach, Judy Friesen from Abbotsford, BC. You take it away, Judy.
Okay, well, thank you, Pete. It's always a pleasure to work with you, and I appreciate your support as my direct upline. And of course, Kai is my upline's upline. And yeah, we are in this wonderful business, not by ourselves. And we are in a group, in a family. And so I just shared with Pete that I was very inspired after listening to a couple of the last 2 or 3 directors calls that we have for directors and above, called a mastermind call with Robin and Gregory. And I said, I just loved what I heard, and I think it deserves to be summarized and shared again. And so Pete said, go ahead, Judy, why don't you do that? And so I wanted to start off with saying that I'm going to be echoing a lot of what Kai shared tonight. But what I would like to do is everybody on the call, I'd like you, as I'm just summarizing what Robin and Gregory shared, I'd like you to write down, not notes from what I'm saying necessarily, although you're welcome to do that, but I'd like you to write down, what is the one key question that you have on the tip of your tongue? It's got to be memorized, it's got to be natural, it's got to be real, but you need to have it, write it down. What is the question that you would ask if you had an opportunity to have a 30 to 60 second, say, elevator ride with somebody, and they're in the elevator, and what are you going to do? Are you going to ignore them? Are you going to engage with them? And what are you going to say? And how do you get that out before the doors open? Well, I had this exact opportunity because Arnie and I live on the 9th floor in a high-rise condo building of 16 floors. So I had 9 floors to talk to this person. And yes, I was tired. Yes, I thought, oh, I can just ignore them. But I decided just to look over at them. I'd seen them before, and I said, hey, how are you doing? Nice day out there. Okay, that's floor 1. Okay, we entered both in on the lobby. Floor 1. How's it going today? Nice day. And they immediately said, yeah, it's great. And it's, really, sunny out. Floor 2. I said, you look like you're, I could see that they were leaning over their buggy, and they were kind of looking, the husband's particular was looking a little bit sad or slumped over or whatever. And I just said, hey, are you doing okay? It looks like you might be struggling a little bit. Floor 2. Floor 3, he said, yes, I've got a lot of pain and I'm not sleeping. Pain in my leg. And I said, I am so sorry. I empathized. And I said, wow, I'm sure you've been trying to do all kinds of things. Floor 4. He said, yes, but the doctors can't figure it out. I've tried for years and years. The pain in my leg stays. And I said, well, we can't have that. And he said, yep, it's been awful. Can't sleep. The pain's terrible. I said, I might have something for you. And I smiled. And floor 5, he said, really? And I said, yes, I have got this stem cell activation patch. It's a revolutionary new patch you wear, and I'd be happy to bring you over a sample. Floor 6. Well, that sounds good. Yeah, I think that I'm open to anything. I said, are you open to something natural? It's not a drug. Yeah, sure, absolutely. When can you come over? Floor 7. Well, I think I could come over in about an hour. Does that suit you? Oh, yeah, for sure. Floor 8. I said, I'll be right down. It'll take me, half an hour to kind of put my things down, and I'll be down. Floor 9. I got off. See you later. I went down. I patched them up. They said, this seems amazing. I think I can feel a little difference. I said, I'll be checking back in with you in an hour to see how it's going. Make sure you drink some extra water. They have now become signed up full-time preferred customers. He's used the LifeWave for maybe a month and a half, 2 months. He said, Judy, my pain is gone after 2 years of wrestling with this, and not one doctor could figure out what was wrong with me. Now I said to him, but that's just the beginning. What you want to do is to deal with the root of the problem, which is the X39. He wasn't ready for that. He just wanted to deal with the ice wave. Now he's going on X39. They've now bumped up to PC Plus. They've now got 2 people because I said you could get these patches for nearly free every month if you bring 2 people, and I'll sign them up under your ID number. They are thrilled. They're getting their X39 now every month. The pain is gone, and we're moving to the next level, which is we have a whole building full of people. That was because I looked, I noticed something, I commented, and in 9 floors in 60 to 90 seconds, we had the opportunity to help people. Isn't that cool? Okay, so to summarize what Robin said, here it is. There's 3 steps to success. It's really how to promote to a brand new person. 3 simple steps. Number 1, the hook. What was the hook that I used? The hook was, I noticed something relevant about somebody. Like Kai said, you go over to somebody and say, you have a lot of just energy about you. How is that? What are you doing? Or I might comment on somebody's dress, or I love their eyeglasses, and you get them talking and you ask them where they're from, etc. The hook, what's the hook? Find something that's authentic to you to comment to that person about. Because I'd seen these people before in the elevator, I didn't have to comment on something frivolous like, where are you from? I was able to go right for, you look like you're in pain, or you look like you're struggling. Okay, that's because I already knew them from being in the building. The hook, number 1. Number 2, the story. If they're not sure about what it is that you're talking about, tell them your story. Tell them, I think I had said to them, I had a lot of pain as well. And instead of taking the prescription, I decided to try something natural, and it really worked for me. That took, 15 seconds for me to say that. So what is the challenge? What's their pain point? I asked this gentleman, it looks like you're not doing too good. Oh, yes, Judy, my legs are in terrible pain. So I found his pain point. Okay, that's the story part. So the hook, okay, the story, and then number 3, the invitation, which is the call to action. So my invitation was, would you like to try something that's natural? I can bring it right down. I can give you a sample. And they said, absolutely, let's give it a try. So I didn't tell them a lot. I just said I had these cool, natural patches. I created curiosity. So Robin had shared that this 3-point steps to success is really from a lady that we have to give credit to. Her name is Carrie Michelson. She's a professional coach that Robin and Gregory are working with. And that was her sort of formula, a 3-step formula: the hook, the story, the invitation. But more importantly, it's, do you have a very quick question that will come to you easily? Do you practice it in front of the mirror? So there's 3 or 4 quick questions that Robin went over, and I'd like to share that with you. And then let's have a little bit of feedback or questions for either myself or Kai. So one of the questions that I've practiced, that I've used a lot, is if the person says, yeah, I really have trouble with acne, or I really have trouble with pain in my leg, then I say back to them, not, oh, I have this really cool patch and it activates your GHK-CU, and no, I have this pain, I have this problem, my daughter has this, issue. Then the next thing is a question. If there was a simple and affordable way to resolve that, fill in the blank, to resolve the pain in the leg, or to resolve the acne on her skin, or whatever, if there was a simple and affordable way to resolve that, would you be interested? And this is directly from Robin. So that question, you can modify it, but make it so that you can spit that out in a second. As soon as you ask them, hey, how's your health? Are you really into natural health? Do you have any challenges in your health? And as soon as they say whatever it is, whatever their owie is, it's, if there was a simple and affordable way to resolve that, would you be interested? Or it might be somebody that you're thinking of that maybe is looking for some part-time income. And they're sitting at Starbucks, as Kai was saying, looks over and he sees somebody not buried in their book, but kind of, looking around and open to the world. And when you ask them, what do you do for a living? They say, well, I'm, slugging it away at the retail store selling cigarettes or whatever. You could ask them, what if there was a way that you could make some residual income? Would you be open to something if I shared that with you? Back to more of a health thing, the question could be, what if there was a scientific proven way to turn back the clock? So the gentleman who saw me at the store today and said, wow, you're looking really younger, Judy. I really should have said, well, what if there was a way for you that we could turn back the clock? If there was a scientifically proven way that we could turn your biological clock back, would you be open? There's the call to action. Would you be open? I would like to send you a 3-minute video, or I'd like to send you whatever. Would you be open to that? And I never offer to send it anymore without saying, I am going to call you back or text you back, whatever you prefer, see what you thought. And I'll do that. Does tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the afternoon work, or tomorrow evening? Like, I have a very short time frame, because if you give too much time, then they won't get it done. Here's another question that Robin and Gregory shared. What if there were a way to activate your own stem cells? Would you be interested? What if? So you're asking them, what if that? Or if they're talking about their issues, they've got arthritis or whatever, what if you could, what do you like to do? What do you like to do? What would you like to do that you can't do right now? Oh, like Pete said, I'd love to be able to hold a fishing rod and go fishing someday. Or I'd like to be able to turn the key on in my car again. Or I'd like to go play golf. So then the question would be, great, if that's something that you wish that you could do, what if you could play golf again? If I could show you something that would be simple and affordable, would you be open to that? So the one that I like the best is, what if there was something safe, natural, and affordable? Would you like to take a closer look? I love that one. And that's the last one that I'll share with you today. What if there was something safe, natural, and affordable? Would you like to take a closer look? And I never, ever give them my name or number anymore. I've learned that from the great Kai Jacobson. I exchange that, but I say, I'd like to have, would you share with me your phone number, your WhatsApp, whatever, so that I can send something to you? And nobody's ever said, no, I don't ever give out my phone number or whatever. They've never said that, phone number, email. So that's from Coach Carrie Michelson, a little bit of extra from Robin with a little bit of my stuff thrown in. I'd like to open it up and take any questions, or hear, what did you write down as I was chatting? Have you got a little line that will pop out of your mind, even under the pressure of a 30-second elevator ride or standing in a grocery line? Have you got something that has worked for you? And again, please ask a question of whatever Kai shared today, or anything that I've shared. I'd be open to questions, but let's share a little tiny bit. We have a few minutes. I'd love to hear what you all have found has worked for you. Raise your hands.
Judy,
That's what Pearl is saying.
thank you so much, Judy. Just before we go that direction, Judy, I would like to call on real quickly Lana a little bit, because she's the first stop in our road tour in Regina, Saskatchewan, and we're going to open it right up after. I would like for Lana, one of our star directors as well from Regina, to come on and just share a little bit, and open invitation, I guess, for anybody in the success team or has contacts in the Regina area. Lana, are you there right now? If I could call on you to just give the exact time and so forth, and what to expect for people coming to Body Fuel Organics on next Sunday. That is, let me know if you're available, Lana. I see you on the call here, but you may not. Oh, you're there. Hey, Lana.
Hey there. Yeah, I'm
Great.
super excited. We're hosting at 1:30 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. We're going to be talking about the patch technology as well as we will have the new water machine X2O there for people to give a try to. So we've had ours for about 2.5, well, I guess it'll be about 3 weeks once Sunday rolls around. And yeah, the level of energy, boy, is quite incredible. One thing that I've noticed, and this is actually funny because we were away this past weekend at a conference and weren't able to take our water machine, we felt different, put it that way. I was looking forward to getting home, and the first thing I did when I walked through the door at 2:30 a.m. after our flight was grab a glass of water. So it's really amazing, and the technology together with the patches and the cellar dries is something that if you're able to take advantage of that, it's something really to consider. Your health is so important, and without it, you have nothing. So that's my encouragement for people who are, on the fence about spending money on their health. It's important. So would like to try the water or come up, learn more about the patch technology, would join us on Sunday. So thank you. Thanks for giving me the time.
Thank you, Lana. And yeah, as most health coaches would say, your health is your wealth. And it's so critically important. And you and Judy, of course, you get that 100% being health coaches. And I'm just looking forward to Sunday afternoon, 1:30. And what should we do, Lana? But what will it be? About a 1 hour, 90-minute presentation? Or what do you think we should do roughly? Just so people have an idea coming in if they're sending someone to Regina, to Body Fuel Organics. Maybe you can click the address into the or Corolla, you could do that as well. You have the Body Fuel Organics sign there. Pop it in the chat if you could, or the exact address so people can punch in their GPS. What time frame should we say to people coming in the door? If we start at 1:30, Lana, should we say 90 minutes, or what would your thoughts be there?
Yeah, not 90 minutes, or if you want to stay later, and if you're really intrigued and you really want to order your own, I mean, let's call it a 2-hour window, and you're in and out, and hopefully have some experience with how to use them and what the technology is all about, and our contact information so that we can support people in their learning in how to utilize the patches properly and share with others. So yeah, I would say 90 minutes, and any kind of follow-up, give it 2 hours, but I think that'd be good. And I'll just actually speak in case someone wants to watch this video later and doesn't see the chat, it's 1125 McDonald Street in Regina. So that's where we will be. Thanks, Corolla, for posting that as well.
All right, Lana, thank you so much. And I look so forward to seeing you, your mother-in-law, Carol. I know you guys both bought the water machine, and just the fact that it'll be there, it'll be present for those that haven't had a chance to try it yet. I know there's people that will drive hours just to come and have a drink and try it. I mean, people are really serious about it. I mean, Judy's sending people to me in Steinbach from over here, close to the Steinbach area in Manitoba, of her connections. I'm sending people from Richmond or wherever they are, Vancouver, to Judy's place in Abbotsford to try the water. So this tells you the level of interest that there is. It's amazing, and it only grows with time, and it's going to get very interesting for you, Lana. So thank you so much, Lana, for sharing that. Appreciate you so much, and look forward to seeing you Sunday. Have a great night, Lana. Take care. All right, now back to Judy in closing. Anybody with any questions, Judy put the call out to action, and that's where we're going to end the call today. I don't think there were too many other questions or other presenters tonight. Did we have any testimony? I know I threw it out there. Rowena, Lily, I threw it out there. If anybody had any killer testimony they want to share, we can do it in the Q&A session here. But I'm just going to open it up, open the floor. And welcome, Clarissa. Great to have you on the call as well here. And anybody who has questions here at all, feel free to just ask away. Well, we got Kai in the house. Judy's here. Lana's here. We got some great health coaches here. Lots to learn. And what Judy shared was magical. The hook, the line, like the whole invitation, the way she did it in floors. I mean, it was absolutely brilliant. And I have a metaphor. Like I have a fishing line in my rod. There's the line. There's the hook, the line, and the sinker. So all three. And then go back to that famous magical saying. You meet a stranger, total stranger. Where are you from? F, family. They will love to talk about themselves. Ask them about their family. Are you on vacation here with your family? They'll talk. Oh, wow, interesting. R, recreation. What do you like to do when you're on vacation? Oh, we love to go sea doing, we love to go island hopping, whatever. They talk to you. Now that's ammunition. R is recreation. Oh, wow, this must be expensive, this kind of a vacation. What do you do for a living? What's your occupation? And they openly share with you. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen very carefully. And after that is the M. The M is money. You don't say, hey, are you making enough money? But with this kind of a lifestyle, you must really be doing well financially. How is that? How's your business doing, or whatever they're doing? You can interact that question in with the question now. Well, how are things doing financially? Are they really well? Oh yeah, but oh no, we had to save up 2 years for this vacation, whatever. They'll open up. They'll start to share, and that's where you come in, because you've listened. You have all of this knowledge now, and it's just absolutely amazing. If you use that in conjunction, that's for a total cold approach, total cold contact. You just met them, and you can use that as well. It's brilliance in that. But let's open it up. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's just open the floor up. And Judy, I'll let you, most questions will probably get directed at you for now. But if anybody has a testimony, we'd love to hear from you in the Q&A session here, open forum. Take it away.
Okay, I think Lori, you're up first. You want to unmute yourself and make a comment or ask a question?
My question that I'm still stumbling a little bit through it, but this is what I have. I wrote it down. If I could show you one thing that is safe, natural, simple, patented, and affordable, and it would optimize your health today, would you be interested in learning more?
That's
I hope
great. I think it might be a little bit too long, maybe a few less adjectives, because a lot of people don't, I think, have the ability to absorb maybe all the adjectives. So I would choose maybe 2 adjectives, like safe and affordable or safe and effective. But I'll defer to Kai. I'm sure Kai would have a couple thoughts to help critique that a little bit. What do you?
I thought it was great. I would probably lose the word patented because it's great. I think that's a later part of the conversation for more of the business. It's more about business that you're protected. I think it can be but I think Judy's really right that it should be a little shorter, but it's right on track.
Yeah.
Just, I think, as she said, safe and affordable. And cutting edge. I like that it's new. It's something new. It's a kind of a brand new technology that's safe and affordable. You want to have it conversational, so it's not like it's too robot or too, you got to practice it a bunch in front of the mirror and with 25 people before you run around and do it. And you should have 2 or 3, short ones. But that's a great start. And one thing, Judy, when you said about the business part, like the one about health, I think it was perfect. But with the business piece, I like putting the word we in there. Like if I could show you a way that we could work together, feels really different than if I could show you a way that you could, people don't like you could. They don't like, they feel attacked or it puts them backwards a little. They get on their back heels. Whereas if you say, if I could show you a way that we could work together where we could get the product free, you could get your product free or even make some extra money. I like the word extra, kind of conversational. Would that be of interest to you? And so that's a little bit lighter. And I like the word we when it's a business because we do that together. The other one is a personal thing when they're healing their knee or something. It's not like if I could show you a way that we could heal your knee, that it doesn't quite the same. It's like we're unique to get healed, or could be, but yeah, the we really works with the business part.
Excellent. All right, Rowena, you're next. Rowena.
Hey, I'm just on audio today. But yesterday I went to the doctor's office, which is very rare, but I was in the waiting room and there was a lady who had finished her appointment much earlier, and she had asked the receptionist to call for her husband because he was supposed to come pick her up, elderly lady. Well, she comes and sits down nearly across from me, just over one. And she just says, "Oh, it's just awful getting old. Every time there's something more. That's wrong. And I was like, oh, wow, you just let me know that you don't like this. And then I was reading a book, so I did a bit of reading. Then she commented how she likes that people are still reading books. Like, why are not enough people reading? Then I asked her what she liked most about summer, because she was talking about the weather. And I thought, okay, I'm putting my book away now. She's clearly wants to talk. So then I asked her about summer. We talked about gardening a bit. And then I said, you mentioned that you really don't like getting old, because she's talking about downsizing, maybe moving, so she didn't plant much this year. And then I said, what if you could reverse your age? She's like, what do you mean? Like, she goes, I would pick 40, she said. She's thinking of like a what if and just like a scenario, pick an age. And I was like, no, what if you could reverse not your chronological age, but your biological age? With all these things that are going wrong for you, like what if you could reverse them? And she goes, well, that would be great. And then I was like, well, I could help you with that. And I said, it's just, she said, well, how? Like, because I said, what if you could activate your stem cells? By the time she mentioned her age, and I said, by the time you're 60, you only have less than 10% of your stem cells that are working for you. Anyway, so long story short, it's just like she was really interested, showed her the patch that was on the back of my neck. I gave her a rack card that I carry some in my purse. And then I got called in, and she's like, can I keep this? And I said, yes, you can keep it. My contact's on the back. I'd love to talk to you. And I couldn't get her information because I was called in. But regardless, it was cool that you're talking about your elevator pitch, because I was like, yeah, I kind of was on the spot. And I had to think about like, what were the questions? She kind of started it, but like, what would I ask her? Like, what if, or what do you think about this? Yeah, that's what I had to share.
What you did, Rowena, is you created curiosity when you said what if, and she kept at, well, what do you mean? And then she thought she's supposed to pick an age, 40, and then you explained a bit more and you asked another question. You created curiosity in her enough that you were given permission to take that next step. And so good for you to take that opportunity and to notice that she was willing to talk. She didn't want to be left alone necessarily. And you used her comment about it. It's not very much fun getting older. That's the way to do it. Yeah, create curiosity. Sometimes I ask, have you heard of stem cells? I do that first. And then I say, what if there was a way to actually activate your own stem cells without any injections? Oh, you can do that?
Well, that's good. Thank you.
Really good. Thanks for your comment. Love this. Love this back and forth, because we learn from each other and we can help each other just with sometimes just a couple words like what Kai said. Don't say you, say we when we're talking about helping them to maybe make some extra income. I love that. It makes it a lot less direct and attacking. It's we, and it's true. We help each other in this company called LifeWave.
I'd like to just draw out a couple of things. That was brilliant, Rowena. And it really ties into both what Judy and Kai had said. And that is, I find there's two words when asking questions that really open up something, and that's the what and the how questions, because they get your brain pondering. What and how can't be answered with a yes or a no. And so that's where conversation is garnered, and you can usually find some common threads, and like what Rowena said, some curiosity. And the other thing I want to draw out is the trust factor, and how both of you guys took the time to draw the trust factor to actually like develop trust in such a short time, but it was just being authentic. And I'd have to say that this team is really amazing at authenticity, and it comes straight down from Kai and through Pete and through Judy and through Rowena and lots of the people like Corolla. your hearts shine through in your words, and trust is built so quickly. And I can say that from experience in being one of the newer people within this family. And I think that is really important, and it really shines through on our team. So I'm super proud to say that we have that connection built on trust because of authenticity. And I don't think there's any way of denying that. So thank you.
Great.
Well said, Lana. Lana, I just love the words you spoke right to the team from the heart, as you always do. And that's what makes you so genuinely special and so genuinely you. And I speak to Judy as well, and everybody, the Maritas, the Lilies, the Corollas. I mean, the ladies of this team and the men, same Jacob and his wife. I mean, wow, got to know them really well over the last little while. And what a heart. I mean, they're just some amazing people in this team. And we look forward to connecting with them on this Canadian road tour as well, all the way to Alberta. And we're just excited. And Judy, I'm so proud of you too. I just got to say it. I'm going to exit here because I'm out and it's raining right now. And I'm going to exit the call. But you guys go ahead, stay as long as you like, as long as Judy Corolla want to interact. Just a pleasure having you guys here. So appreciate each and every one of you. So I'm going to sign off. Have a wonderful night, everyone. And thanks, Judy, for all you do.
Well, thanks, Pete. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Well, some people might want to jump on to the next call, but others, if you want to stay, again, we can stop the recording and still stay on and chit chat a little bit and talk about your 30-second elevator pitch. What have you tried? What feels natural to you?